Yo, what's up? It's your boy DJL7. Tonight I got a special guest, an old time friend from
Hell yeah.
Tulsi that's
Hell
years
yeah.
ago now. It's been years now, right? Yeah,
Only two.
only two
Only
years.
2 years.
Hey man, years pass fast, right? So, what's up, buddy? Tell me what's going on in
What's up, man? How's it going?
what's going on with the big camera on over there, man?
You know, uh, I'm chilling on the Jersey Shore now, so
Okay.
uh, same old, same old. Looking forward to the rest of 2022.
You're still in the political game?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, I am.
What you doing nowadays?
Well, let me tell you. Okay, so I've been up to some pretty exciting stuff, some
Hell yeah.
pretty
Oh shit. Okay.
uh, eye-opening experiences this past November.
Okay.
So I was working as an unpaid intern again
Okay.
for a uh, councilwoman in Fairfield Borough, New Jersey.
Okay.
Um, so I was hired because not only was there a huge election that was going on in November last year in New Jersey, statewide, we also had all these legislative races going on too. And in Fairfield Borough specifically, where I was brought on to work, they were doing local council elections. And so the makeup of the council before November used to be 5-1 Democrat to Republican. And now, this past November, our two candidates, um, two two candidates that are running for local council, we got them to win. So now we're looking at a 3-3 split, with the mayor, the Democrat, being the deciding vote. So we did and not only that, New Jersey basically had a huge wave election this past November. Um, and while I was doing a lot of stuff for Jack Ciattarelli when he was running for governor, unfortunately he didn't win, but I think we made a huge show of support, a huge signal of there's a massive energy going on in New Jersey. So I was happy to be a part of that.
Which party was he running with?
He was running against Governor Murphy on the Republican party.
Okay, yeah, there was a libertarian guy too, right?
Yes, there was.
But it was a different guy. It was a different guy. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So
There was a libertarian candidate. Yeah, there was a libertarian. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Jeff Murr, or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Something like that. I forgot the exact name.
Yeah, he was, not that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
Third party candidates don't do so good in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And especially this election was pretty ridiculous, the amount of turnout that we got.
Well, it's a good thing. The Republicans, I think, have been interesting. They're interesting alternative.
Oh yeah.
Right. They're starting to turn up. So.
Right.
Interesting. So what can you tell me? And also it's good to learn all the different systems now. Have you ever done? You worked a little bit with the Democrats, just a little bit, right? Yeah, when you were with Tulsi. So
yeah,
you got
to
see
for Democrats and Republicans, and when I was in New York, you can only really work for Democrats if you want to,
I wish I did more work with Republicans, but I do have some questions. For example, right? You know that with the Democrats, they use something called the Action Network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that for donations and stuff, or?
That's for donations. It's also used for okay, so it's a little
Like
bit shady,
Act
straight
Blue.
up. It's a little bit shady. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
tied to Act Blue. And the thing
Yeah.
is that if it's used by a lot of grassroots organizations to collect data, right, of people who are interested in different
Right.
activist stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they also do work with the Democrat Party. Now, if you look up an organization like, this this organization, which just is so widespread, right? Yeah, that you'd think that it would have a Wikipedia entry so you could look up the history on it. But guess what? It just doesn't exist.
It's just a black
It's
hole.
just there's nothing there. Yeah, that's real weird, right?
Man,
Yeah.
Shit.
Something
Yeah,
with
it is
this,
a little weird.
yeah, something with this level of penetration, you just can't find out about like how it started. Sounds like some state government weirdo stuff. I don't know. It's real weird.
It could
Yeah.
be, man. It could be.
Yeah. So that's what's used on this side, and I try to tell organizations to get off it when I can. But what do the Republicans use?
Well, I think there's a couple of different sites. There's like a something similar to ActBlue. It's like secure, like it's like WinRed or something.
Okay.
That's like the big. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the big site, where everyone donates to. And then of course you've got all these other smaller
Well,
packs that people can donate to and stuff.
So for example, right?
Those are the big. Those are the really big donations.
Like so the Democrats have have a phone bank system, right? Yeah, and they'll have like a list of stored numbers and a database, right?
Right.
What Republicans, is that really what the Act read? That's really what that is the database store for the Republicans, kind
of? I think so. I mean, I haven't used that one specifically, but when we were working on the campaign, we definitely had access to, statewide voter rolls, local voter registration, stuff like that. We had access to all that same information, where people's numbers, people's addresses and stuff. That's mostly public record, I think.
Now you did the remember? Did you do you phone bank for Tulsi some, right?
Yes.
Now did you phone bank for her at the very beginning though?
Well, let's see. I think I was kind of late to join. I think the first event that I went to with you that was in October or something, or September.
Remember that at some point they changed the phone banking system. Remember that?
I think so. We did. I might remember that. We changed. What site we did it from.
Yeah. Now the old system, right, was the traditional system. That's the same one that I used for Bernie Sanders. Did you do any? Did you do with Bernie Sanders stuff too?
I didn't do anything for Bernie Sanders. Tulsi was the only one I worked for 2020.
It was the same system that we used for Bernie Sanders for the Tulsi in the beginning. But later on they had some problems and they moved off that system. So I thought it was a global thing because remember I was monitoring the other campaigns too.
Right.
And a lot of the other campaigns, right, some of them were also making this kind of switch around. So I thought like maybe it was just the whole Democratic Party updating their systems. Guess what? After I left that campaign, so I worked with other campaigns. No. That thing was still in place. And everybody and much smaller campaigns were able to get it to work smoothly without any issue.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that there was problems with the Tulsi campaign is super weird. I'm still asking questions about it. Those questions still have yet to be answered. But now I've gotten, because of, there has been a diversification in the phone banking market, right? So remember that, like Tulsi,
there are a bunch of different places you can go to.
Yeah, remember
to get that information.
Remember Dave Fight?
I don't think so. I don't know.
He was from New York, yeah? So the thing is that he had some, like, from telemarketing, he had some, like, telephony experience. And really was just him and this other guy trying to, like, work it out, and that was it. Yo, like, if any campaign in the future, just like, Tulsi or not, right? Yeah? If they want to succeed, that line, people have to, like, kind of learn that and be ready to go and help out a system that might need help like that because they needed help on that. You know what I mean? It fell apart. Like the week before New Hampshire, remember the whole thing? Like they switched the system. Did you call in to those and they were like, we're trying to figure it out. We have no idea what's going on. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
Like, wow.
I definitely remember switching sites and stuff, and there's communications going out that says don't use this site, use this site instead. But I think that's a common problem.
Yeah.
When the campaign I was working on this past November, we had a similar problem where
they did.
We were trying to get something started with the phone banking and the canvassing. So we were using a site called Campaign Sidekick. So we were just getting started, getting all the access to the roles and stuff, the numbers, the addresses. It was pretty late in the campaign season, but there was problems getting stuff like that rolled out, getting organized, getting access, communicating with the people who actually ran the site because we couldn't. They were the ones who were gathering all the information stuff from everyone. So they had all the information, so we just had to ask for it, and we'd pay for their service.
Yeah, and like that's relying on that service, right? You don't really know what you're getting 100%, right? Unless you're checking, right? So I think that it's great that you're getting this experience that's relevant and you know what's going on. It's going to bring a whole another level to the game the next time you participate, having this experience.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me too. I mean, I've worked on a few campaigns and stuff. I've done pretty much everything from standing out in the corner in New York, trying to
You did.
holding out clipboard, being one of those annoying people on the street, to calling and canvassing houses and handing out literature and stuff. And this past November was really fun for me actually. I had such a great time because it's more, I don't know, what I'm looking for is something very personal. Like I really liked when I was working with the Tulsi people in New York. That was so fun to me because there's just such a close knit group of people that were really passionate and we weren't were we running New York? Were we super successful? Not really, but I still had so much. I still learned so much from everyone there.
Did you get to
And I,
did you get to come to New Hampshire ever, or do? I
no,
don't
I
think I
never.
remember
I
that.
was at
You never
school.
did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember waking up at the crack of ass to hand you all the
Oh yeah,
flyers and
the
stuff, the
signs and stuff.
literature.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was cool, man.
like
Appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. That was like
I
6 in the
kept it
morning or
all. I
something.
kept it.
Or 3?
I kept.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but I kept all that stuff under my bed at my door.
That's cool, man. Appreciate
I
it. Yeah.
remember handing it to you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
That was wild. Yeah.
I love that stuff. That's what I wanted. This is what I want to do with, in my life, my career. So, it was really fun. So I'm still working with them in New Jersey. So the councilwoman that I'm interning for, she's up for re-election this November. So we're right now, me and a colleague of mine are putting together this updated district map for our town, and we're taking a look at now that we have all the information, all the data from 2021, we're going to make a big election map, looking for some trends and stuff, plugging that into the computer. So it's going to be really fun and exciting. And when you join smaller organizations like this, the opportunities for you to move up the ranks are, they come all the time. So,
Yeah. Be careful, all right? Sometimes those can be traps and stuff, right? And also remember that I
yeah,
never had a title, but I got a shit ton of stuff done. You know what I mean? In
right.
fact,
I
yeah, I didn't
never,
need a title. I didn't need one, right? So, in the end, right, your knowledge just will not be able to be denied. You know what I mean? You're gonna
right.
know the numbers. You're gonna know what's up. You know what I mean? You're just gonna do it, and yeah, they can't stop you,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, they can't stop you.
no, I haven't had a title, and unfortunately, I haven't seen a paycheck either for all this work I've done. But that's kind of the name of the game right now. I don't mind it.
Hey, you're learning, right? You're
We're
learning.
doing this for free, yeah.
You know?
We're doing this for knowledge.
Yeah. Actually, there's some actually quite interesting projects I'm working on right now. Have you heard of something called
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay. Have you heard of something called Unified Platform for 22?
What was that?
Unified Platform for 22?
Unified what?
Platform for 22?
Unified platform for 2022. No, I haven't heard of it.
Oh, damn. All right, this is a dope concept. Check this out. Okay. So the thing is that, look, I've been part of the Green Party, as you know, like since the 90s,
Yeah,
right? For over 20 years.
right.
So the thing is that, actually Tulsi was a funny place where the Greens and Libertarians kind of like met each other, right? Yeah? Kind of like interfacing more than ever, right? Anyways, so the thing is, one of the reasons why we lost all the time was because, the people who were looking for change are split up, right? So the thing is that, I'm trying to get all the third party and independent candidates in the nation that are running in 2022 together, and then have a majority of them agree to certain points. Now, we're probably not going to get an agreement on gun care, gun control,
Right.
or abortion, and we'll just say fuck it. That's just going to be on the side. We're just right, we have our own individual positions on that, like, you know what I mean. But this whole 1%ers getting all the shit all the time, like, the insider trading of Congress, just stupid obvious shit.
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
see if we can agree on that, push
Hmm.
that forward, and force that into the conversation and take on the duopoly. And
Right, absolutely.
and another thing that this can do is, I already have an agreement from Diane Sayre, who's running at something called the Rouge Party or something. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but she's running against Schumer, and Jonathan Howe's running
Uh-huh.
against AOC. and they're already like supportive of this idea, right? He's with the libertarians. So the thing is, by having high-profile candidates, it can also help like smaller candidates, right, who are running third-party or independent, by being part of a larger program and saying, look, if we elect all these third-party independent candidates in, right? Yeah, we know some of them are different; they have their differences, but we just think that the system's too broken, too corrupt. And, right, there's this one guy who's going against the AOC. That's interesting. Oh, there's a guy in my district, too. Isn't this cool? Isn't this exciting? You get what I mean? That's the idea behind Unified Plan for 22. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like combined third parties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's a good idea. You know, the way that the American electoral system is set up, it's practically impossible for third parties to win.
Yeah.
But, you know, the way the third parties really get things done in actuality is by sending a signal. So if you get a bunch of third parties to come together on, you know, some issues that I think there are absolutely places you can get bipartisan support, like you're mentioning, insider trading in Congress.
Yeah.
That's a huge issue.
It's fucking stupid. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's such a huge issue. And, you know, because there are politicians on both Democrat and Republican who, you know, have been caught up doing this.
Yo, some guy came in the subway. He was smoking a cigarette. He said, is it okay if I smoke a cigarette? I stood up right there. I said, dude, if the senators in this country can fucking do insider trading openly, you know what I mean? And I just looked at the rest of the car. I was like, I'm sorry for us all you, and it might not be cool, but honestly, fuck it. Go ahead and have your fucking cigarette. You know what I mean? I say, go the fuck ahead. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, it's not only that they're, you know, insider trading, but they're making money off of, you know, because this was a big issue right when the pandemic started. You know, right when they were getting signs that we're about to lock down, they were selling stocks and stuff. You know, it's making money off of other people's misery, and basically, you know, making money off people who have no power. That's messed up. That's messed up, and that's a big issue where you can get bipartisan support. That and free speech, I think.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. We'll see what we can get together. Yeah, I think that's an exciting project.
Absolutely.
There's another project I'm working on right now. Actually, I'm going to show you the stack over here. I have it in another video. Give me a second. I actually have 10,000 of these made. You see how this in the back it says, believe in yourself?
Right.
Yeah? Rep my block. So you may have heard, like, over in Nevada, right, the Bernie-crats, right, took over the establishment Democrats, right, and you heard it in Buffalo, right? The socialists took over the primary, right, forcing the Democrats to team with the Republicans to do their bullshit, right? But it was cool that they forced that shit to happen. So the thing is that right now there's something called the county committee races coming up here in New York City, and that's going down, I think, in March, right? Now the thing is that's cool about it is that there's hidden posts of power that are protected that they don't tell us about, and this is one of them. Now the thing is that the county committee, now elected officials, fully 1/3 of them in New York City resign early. Some of them are fired, some of them just give up, some of them tired, get old, retire, whatever, arrested, whatever. There's a lot of reasons why they leave. 1/3 of them leave, and they were replaced not by election but by appointment by county committee. 1/3 of the elected positions. That's the point of control and of power. So we're trying to take that over in March, and it's cool to keep engaging in these things because just like you're doing right now, you're making a new network of people. So next time, right, I still support Tulsi in a way. In other ways, I have questions for her. Would love to talk to her.
Me too.
We'll
I'd
see.
love to talk to her.
Got questions.
I love to sit down, have a glass of wine with her.
I respect the service that she's done, but okay, I have questions too, but look, I still love the community. I'm still supportive of it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So Brian Fauci, Fouché, not Fauci. Fauci's so horrible. Yeah, Brian Fouché. He's in DC. I might be going to see him soon. Actually, what's cool is me and Mark. Actually, we've been doing an ongoing protest at City Hall for disability rights, and actually, I saw Jamal Bowman. I got to see that. So we're going next week to DC. I think we're going to see Tammy Duckworth. You know, she has very similar to Tulsi in terms of her service. and I think we're gonna go see AOC and some other people. So if you have some stuff that
Right.
you want me to bring up, I'm putting up the word to some of my people saying like, we'll try to move some things along or get some things re-highlighted or underlined about what's going on.
Right. Yeah, I've seen the stuff that you and Mark. I always liked Mark. He was just such a cool guy.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while either, but Tammy Duckworth, she's got not only her service history, but she's got her disabled history as well.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be such a big opportunity for you guys.
It would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll keep my eye out for what you guys are doing for that, and I wish you good luck.
Yeah. Oh, just one more thing. I'm just gonna mention just because I don't have a lot of other things. I mean, there are a couple other things I'm working on, but you see over here, like this is the public housing program system over here.
Yeah.
So the thing is that the public housing system, and by the students, right? I think we talked about this last time. The public housing system can be activated to become a voting bloc that just really hasn't voted in the past. Now, I've worked with this community before. It's hard to get them to vote, but if they did, right, it would be very powerful, and the politicians love it because they're very densely populated. So it's easy for them to go to the projects and just hand out flyers and hit like 1,000 people very quickly and easily. We can also take advantage of that, right, and get the people together. If not public housing, right, the students also, right, are also a community that has not voted as much recently. If we could reactivate them, we could maybe get some real changes here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I'm excited, man. So, I know you're volunteering for these groups, man, but there's some other fakes out there that are taking the money, not sharing it, right? I'm gonna leave those names unmentioned, but do you have a fund, or like, is there any way that people can? Do you have like a GoFundMe or PayPal or something where people can send you funds to just support you when you're, maybe they followed you, you know what I mean, throughout the couple of years we've known each other. Why not? Why not? Yeah, right. Honestly, I know a lot of people out here be sending Dwar money, you know what I mean, whatever, but he's a millionaire. Right. He's a millionaire, and honestly, it's really young cats like this that kind of need your help right now. So I know you're enjoying those other programs and stuff, and I'm not mad at you doing whatever you want to do, but you know what I mean, remember where you were, right? Yeah. Look at where you are now, comfortable in your career, and remember when you were coming up and when you just got out of school and trying to make it. Remember when you needed money, and and when you were hungry, we already put it in. Yeah.
Right, I still need money.
Yeah.
But yeah, no sweat. Like, I still want to be. I'll be back in New York soon, so I still want to, stick around.
Yeah. So set up something, man. Do you have a contact information? How can people, like, if they want to find out about like what's going on in New Jersey, or do you have an Instagram, Twitter, anything like that?
I mean, I guess you can follow me on Twitter, but I haven't been on Twitter or Instagram in a long time. Like,
who's the other one? Rumble, Locals, Gab.
Right here.
Telegram.
Just look for me on. I'm on Tulsi's Locals, so.
Oh, cool.
Look for me. My username is SlimmyJimmy855.
Okay.
SlimmyJimmy855. And you can send me a DM on there, and if I ever get my Instagram, Twitter back up and running, I'll let you know. You can hype me up on your YouTube channel.
Let's talk about Tulsi for a moment, yeah? So Tulsi,
sure, I'd love to.
No doubt. So recently, I feel like Tulsi's been making more posts than she did in the past. I feel like there's been an uptick in activity. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes she's on like deployment and stuff. She can't post as often. But she does. Right. I see her on like Tucker Carlson all the time. I see her on what's that guy's show? The other show on Fox. She's making appearances and stuff, and I stay up to date with her posts on Locals and stuff, and Rumble. Now it's basically the same thing, I think.
Now, if we look at how Tulsi's and right, the thing is that the press also kind of like has things that they want her to say, but she recently came out against Biden pretty strongly. Remember that?
On a bunch of stuff, on not only on like COVID, but like especially this Ukraine Russia stuff. She's been big on lately. I've been seeing her. She's been on the Russia war thing going. So
Now,
yeah, she's been pretty vocal in opposition to him.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like this is a change, or do you feel like this is like the same, or what do you feel like?
Well, the situation isn't really that different. It's just, warmongers, the same people running our government for the past 50 years, the same people,
Yeah.
trying to keep us in forever wars and stuff. So, it's a different conversation when, we were doing the withdrawal from Afghanistan, but now it's, it's the same thing. It's like, why pressure, why put Americans in danger for, a conflict that really is none of our business to begin with, that, that has no bearing on the average American's life.
Even though what she says, like, is still, like, relevant, right? Like, protesting the war and stuff like that, which I appreciate, right?
Yeah.
The humanitarian stuff that she's addressing, right? One of the things that I feel is, like, when she's condemning the war.
When, like, the Navy stuff, the Navy oil spill or chemical spill in Pearl Harbor, I've seen her
I
do
feel
a
like
lot
she's
of stuff
trying
about
to.
that.
I feel like it's pretty open that she's trying to, like, get support for herself, right? Everything that she said, hasn't really been too controversial, other than maybe like going at Biden, right?
Yeah. Well, she's making a name she wants to be still known as, like, a dissident voice in the Democrat Party. She's gonna be vocal and speak out, specifically for, like,
So the
war
thing
issues,
is,
environmental issues, stuff like that.
So the thing is that, right? We've canvassed in Democrat areas, and I've talked to Democrats, right, one-on-one, stuff like that, and I know a lot of Democrats feel like they're already winning, and they have this real team mentality, right? Like, actually, in the Democrat community, that's where she got treated the worst, right? Remember when we was out there, right? Yeah.
Right.
If they were Democrats, right, there was really no good reason to dislike her other than she was disloyal to the Democrats, and you had to, like, go get
she
her,
didn't follow the party. She didn't say the party line. She wasn't. She was criticizing Kamala. She was criticizing Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
That's
an interesting
that's the
thing
stuff
is,
that.
so
Right,
Tulsi
that's the
Pack,
party line. You can't question that.
Tulsi Pack, that she supported Nina Turner, right? She donated to her campaign.
Yeah.
So it seems like she's still in the Democrat track. Now, but right now, when I think about what for me was my favorite Tulsi moments, right? Yeah, like I just saw this video the other day of Tulsi calls Warren a fake indigenous woman. Yeah, I was loving it. I was like back in love again.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, get him. I was like,
That's
get him.
flashback to when she's just
like when she's burning him up, when she's toasted Kamala Harris. That's you're like, oh shit, I mean, that's what your favorite time is. But if you think about it, right?
Tim Ryan.
Yeah, like that's what you love it, right? She could get anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like even Trump, anybody. Like when she's going off and telling people like "fuck you," like you gotta love it, right? But the thing is that she's known for toasting Democrats, but it seems like she's gonna stick with that. I think that's a tough one to win. You get what I mean? That's tough. Yeah. I respect it, but yeah.
I mean, I respect it too. I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm a dissident, but mainly in the Republican Party, there's a lot of, neocon boomer types that are all for, they're all hitting Biden because he's too weak on Russia. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's the same bullshit. It's just different, people saying it. It's just a different view, And I mean, I think that's someone's got to hold people's feet to the fire. It might hurt you. It might hurt your chances electorally because, people don't like to hear the truth. But, sometimes you got to say it. You got to say it loud and proud. And
I don't know how much truth Tulsi really knows, though. You know what I mean? She's very siloed off by her handlers. You know what I mean?
You think that she could be doing more, or you think she's going too far?
I think it's a problem for anybody once you become famous because you have like responsibilities and power, as they say, right? Like the thing is that
Right. Spider-Man.
yeah, people start coming at you and they want to use your responsibility for their own interests. And they
Yeah.
have something to gain, so they muscle everybody else out of the way, and it's not, and
Right.
it just happens naturally, right? Just like, I don't know if you saw like
Right.
some of the videos where I talked about like in the Bernie movement, right? Not like the Bernie people wanted this, but you'll have more grifters because they understand this is a larger community they can make money off of. It's not their fault, right? But it's kind of like a price of success. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. You attract, the hangers-on stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Also, you get
The
enemies and
parasites.
stuff, right? She's got a lot of very
Oh yeah.
real people
Oh
that
yeah.
don't like her openly, right? She's made a lot of open enemies and made people look bad. There's got to be consequences. So she would be stupid not to be careful. So, like the thing is that I've been in top positions too. I've been on the bottom, right? Which people can clearly see by the way that I act, right? Yeah. But I've been on the top too, and people can see that by my smugness, by my confidence. It's not always a good thing. I could be a little overbearing, right? And I apologize for that, but
Well, no,
I've seen it from
I
both
wouldn't
angles.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't that's just your personality, and if people can't if people can't handle that, I think that's their problem. I mean, I think you're absolutely right that
Appreciate that. Yeah.
you're right that the more popular you get, the more haters you attract, and especially if you're going after the most powerful institutions, organizations in the country, the media, the government, the establishment, the elite. You're gonna get the heat,
Yeah.
and it's up to people like us to not be cowed by it, not to be scared.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something about
Stand up.
AOC's people, right? Yeah. Now the thing is AOC,
Uh,
whatever, right?
the
Yeah. Like,
Justice Democrats or whatever.
yeah, Justice Democrats. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Now the thing is that I respond to some of their emails too because I go to their meetings and I want to see what's up. Yeah. On a fucking random Thursday, they can get 8 volunteers to come in ready to knock on doors to help AOC on a random Thursday. That
Yeah.
is fucking ridiculous. They're right on.
Right.
I think like after they already freaking won, right? You've worked for candidates now, so you know. After they've already freaking won, they have 9 phone bankers ready to call people just to thank them. 9. Some
Yeah.
candidates can't even get 9 on election day. On the day of the election, they can't get phone bankers in that door. They cannot get 9, right? They could get 1
Right.
after they already fucking won. Damn! You know what I mean? That's what you. If you can't, you need to be able to activate your community and turn it up. If you guys cannot turn it out like that, you don't deserve to win, unfortunately. Which is kind of fucked up because they got money now to pay people, staff and shit, right? Yeah, there's paid people there
Right.
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if we're not right, we could. If people did as much work doing shit as they did talking about it, we would have won already. I swear to fucking God.
Right. And that's the hardest part is
Well, you're doing the right thing, man. You're getting involved. You're learning.
right.
You're getting hands
Yeah.
on.
You're doing the right thing too, Ed.
Thanks, man.
You're doing a lot of hard work and stuff, a lot of crazy stuff. But it'll be you might not see it right now, but it's worth it. It's worth it to to
I believe in what I'm doing.
leave your footprint somewhere. Because that's people can sit inside all day and tweet, post on Instagram, but they're not the ones going outside. They're not the ones holding signs and stuff. I still remember like you waving the flag in front of the New York Times building.
Yeah.
I was such a shame because I wanted to be there too, but that's the stuff that he does, and it's like
Yeah.
yeah. that's the right. Nobody else has the balls to do that.
You know why?
No
Because right, the waving the sign is like there's a certain amount of theater to it, right? But also, I find the other committed people. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I also get them hyped up and more involved and ready to do more phone banking, all that other stuff. So that's really that's what that's about. Yeah.
You always get you get the people that say like people that give you dirty looks and stuff, and you always get the people that come up to you and have a conversation for like 20 minutes about
Also, it's
And
good to
that's a connection that I love having.
Also, by doing that, we break out of the echo chamber. It's not us always talking
Yeah,
to the same people in the
yeah,
same room. We are really expanding out and breaking into right, and that's what we have to do. We have to grow the movement. That's the only way we're gonna win. Yeah.
right, yeah, yeah. You gotta,
Yeah. Critical mass. We have to
people.
achieve critical mass.
Yeah, you gotta find the people that think the same. That people, there are lots of people out there who think the same. They're just too, they don't. They're like they can't say that some stuff like that, and they can't speak their mind freely, openly. They feel like they can't do that.
Yeah.
So seeing people not afraid, it gives people hope. It's inspirational.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's we don't have like the infrastructure like just as Democrats do, where they get these their paid volunteers and stuff. We don't have the infrastructure to do that. We're just people talk about the grassroots is like a meme,
But they're not volunteers if they paid.
Right, they're not
They're paid staff
volunteers.
now. Yeah.
They're not volunteers. They're
Paid
just
staff now.
part of the machine.
They even have corporate campaign consultants, right? Like giving them like tips and stuff like that. They have everything that they need. They got everything.
This is the real grassroots right here. We're just talking on Zoom and stuff, hoping that our message gets out there in the ether. We're just doing this stuff. I haven't gotten a paycheck for all the things I've done.
A lot of people's down with us. A lot of people they know the system's bullshit. They know.
Right.
Yeah.
People feel it. Right.
Absolutely. You just talk to people in the street, you know immediately. It's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't take nothing for them to say, "You're goddamn right."
Right. Yeah. And every time I go out, I do something in public, I always get a reaction like that. Sometimes you get negative reactions, but a lot of the time it's overwhelmingly positive. People saying, "Listen, I appreciate what you're doing."
Yeah.
I may not have the money to donate right now, but I really or volunteer my time because I'm working all the time. But I appreciate
a lot of people are looking in the wrong.
Energetic people doing it.
A lot of people, unfortunately, are looking in the wrong direction. We really have to make a change with that. What happens is that because they themselves are sitting at home, not interacting, right, with the world, right? They just watching vicariously on YouTube or whatever. They watch these media pundits, and they say what everyone else is saying, right? And they feel this confirmation bias, right, where everything's kind of lining up in their little echo chamber. And what I mean, they really become actually, if you think about it, a lot of these pundits are not actually working class. Some of them are, but a lot of them, right, are living a very different lifestyle and a different type of perspective. And people apply regular sense world to entertainment world. It's entertainment world is too close to all the weird fucking politics, fucking weirdo shit. So
right. Yeah, like you said, they're not. A lot of them are. They pretend to be, but they're not working. Working class or whatever. They went to fancy schools and stuff. They're,
Yeah, that's true for candidates as well, even.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
A lot of
it, like Kamala Harris. You think she was, working class? She freaking grew up with a rich family, went to fancy private schools and stuff, went to college.
She went to Howard University, but look, in the end, right? She sold out, and she put a lot of people in prison that wasn't supposed to be there. And,
right. True. Well, sometimes you don't have it. I mean, just because you grew up a certain way doesn't mean you're going to turn out a certain way.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just when you pretend to be like, pretend to be with it. You go on like the Breakfast Club and you joke about smoking weed, listening to Snoop Dogg.
I'm just glad that like Biden survived this long. Like, I just expect him to go any minute, and President Kamala Harris. I'm so scared. Yeah. I'm so scared.
That's terrifying.
Scared.
Any second you could just wake up and be like, oh shit, like,
Can you
He
imagine?
fucking fell down the stairs on the airplane. Now we
She's
got President Kamala.
she's already messing up the foreign relations and stuff, and she's known for that, right?
Yeah,
Can you imagine she becomes the president and China goes off? Oh my God, it's just
yeah.
it's no.
Clearly, she has no clue what
Yeah, it's
she's
gonna
doing.
be a disaster. Oh my God,
Yeah, that's a big fear. I think
Scary
people
as
should
hell.
really be scared of that.
scary as hell.
People don't realize.
Oh my God.
You think if you thought like Trump, like that dude is a fat ass, like just all he did was like play golf and stuff, but like you weren't worried that any second this guy could die and like have a stroke or something.
Yeah, this is what's gonna happen, right? The world leader's gonna be sitting across from Kamala Harris, and they'll be like, end the sanctions now, right? Our people are starving. Kamala Harris will do that fake ass laugh, and that's it.
Yeah, do her
and that's
the...
and that's all they'll get. And then it'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, we'll get back to. I'll send out a tweet later. We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think people should really be scared of that. Like, it could happen. Like, you know.
It's oh my God.
You think like.
Stay alive, Joe. Stay alive. Take it easy. Don't do anything crazy.
I don't want him.
Yeah,
I don't want him to go either.
Oh my God.
I feel bad for the guy.
It's just
like
none of it's good. It's just all
man.
horrible. It's all horrible. It's like a nightmare. Wake me up.
It is a nightmare. yeah. Welcome to nightmare. Welcome to nightmare world.
Oh my God. We gotta fix this. It's
Anything
ridiculous.
that could go wrong will go wrong.
So what about 2024? You think Tulsi's gonna run for president again? Or
well,
you think she might run for
I don't know.
senator? People say she might run for senator.
I think Senate would be a good spot. You know, Macy Hirono is pretty terrible.
But I'm really
no one even
scared.
knows.
You think she could win?
I think she could win. I think she's popular.
But
You know,
look at what they did to her in Samoa. Look at what Bloomberg did. If they want to make an example out of her, which it seems like they frickin' do, right? Remember the Unity video where they didn't put Tulsi in and they didn't let her speak at the convention? They're doing they're breaking the rules just to say fuck you, Tulsi, right? Even Bernie Sanders was like there's nobody else running. Like what?
Listen,
they went above and beyond. So I think if she runs, right, I think they'll go above and beyond to make sure she doesn't win.
Right. I think they will too. Just look at
Do you think she can win? Look what they did to her in Samoa.
I think
at least she got two fucking votes. At least she got 2 delegates. She didn't even win Samoa.
On a national level, you know, it's tough, you know. But,
how many Samoans are there in this world?
What's the population of American Samoa?
I don't think just as a people, I don't think there's that many. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a pretty small island, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty small group of islands you got there.
I would think it would be a very tight-knit community.
Right, but you know, running statewide in Hawaii could be a really good start, I think.
I don't think they'll let her win.
I don't think they'll let her win either, but I think she'll find a way. You know, if she could run, you know, if she doesn't have to run Democrat even, I think she'd be better off staying. But, you know, Bernie's an independent. He runs in the Democrat Party just fine.
Yeah, but Hillary Clinton, you know, he said vote for Hillary Clinton, so.
Right, Hillary might run in 2024, so that'd be interesting to see Tulsi and Hillary on the debate stage again.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
you don't even if you when I say it, like I speak it into existence, like just the idea that you know Hillary could run again.
She didn't say
you know,
she didn't say Russian. She said Republican, even though it's on the tapes. She didn't say. She didn't say Russian, she said Republican.
Right. You know, I'd love to see Tulsi, flame.
This is allowed. Nothing happened.
Stage.
There was no, that person wasn't fired. But I don't think they were. I hope they, it's ridiculous. This is insanity, man.
It is. We're living in nightmare world. Anything can happen, so we just got to deal with it, basically.
But if she runs and loses, right? It's gonna be like Yang, right? She'll lose her credibility. Honestly, I don't think Yang has any credibility anymore. What do you think?
Well,
he still has viewers. Go ahead.
I think he really could have done a lot better than he did, especially in the mayor race.
I mean, losing that race,
a lot better.
Losing that race hurt him a lot. I think hurt his credibility a lot.
I think so too. You know, he had a shot. Right? He kind of blew it.
He was winning in the beginning too. He was winning at the start, but he lost the lead.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of times that's what happens, especially a long race. That mayor race took forever. That was a long, long race. And Eric, New York is getting kind of crazy already. It's already been a month.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually, me and Mark have been doing continuous protests in front of, at first we was at City Hall, but we moved to Governor Hochul's office,
Yeah.
We ran into other protesters.
Yeah, I don't mind, Eric Adams.
I get that.
I think, there's got to be more time to make a decision. But, he hasn't been, anything's better than de Blasio, I think. I think de Blasio...
He set a low bar.
He set a very low bar.
He set a low bar.
For such a giant man, he set a very low bar.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yo, you kept in touch with anybody else from the campaign? Pat or Max or I don't know, Prince? Any of them?
No, not since I've left New York. I haven't really been in touch with anybody else.
I'm sorry. Wait. I lost you. Wait a second. I can't hear you.
Ever since I left, I haven't really been in touch.
Okay, wait, it's coming in better now.
Can you hear me? How about now? What about now?
Say that again?
What about now? Hear me?
Wait a second. Okay.
You good?
Sorry, man. You gotta edit this later. Hold on a second. Goodbye.
This is live? You're not doing this live?
Okay, it's plugged in now. I'm sorry. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just saying that ever since I moved out of New York, I haven't really been in touch.
That's cool. I wonder who else is politically doing stuff. Me and Mark. Peanut for the Plebs, shout out to Massachusetts. We saw them hang out in New Hampshire. Shout out to, who else did you meet from? So you only met people from New York. Yeah, Sheila.
Yeah, I think
met
so.
her, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's cool. Was there any people from New Jersey that didn't? Oh, Mohan, you met them? Oh yeah, at the party, yeah.
Yeah, I met him. Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. There was another guy, yeah. Anyways, so you think that Tulsi's gonna run for president in 2024?
I have no clue. I have no idea. I mean,
I don't think that she's okay. Look, what about the book, right? She was supposed to come out with the book. The book never came out, right?
Yeah, she was supposed to come out with the book, right?
And also the podcast. Where's the podcast?
And the podcast too.
It's not that hard to do a podcast, bro.
Yeah, you just need like a microphone or whatever. Just record on your phone.
I think that she gave up. I think she's done.
I think
How is later on she'll be asked to explain that, right? You said you were going to do it and then you didn't do it. Why? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if she's been.
She could say she was on deployment. Yeah, she was on deployment. I mean, that's respect. She's serving her country. She's had a rough time of it. Fair, she deserves a break, right? But
yeah, is
her heart really in it?
Yeah. Does she want to keep running for stuff?
What about the stuff she says on like what was her latest? What did she recently say? Biden is doing what? Endangering lives by what? Ukraine, Russia thing?
Right, yeah, she was just calling, basically calling him a warmonger. We're trying to start a war.
We're trying to start a war over what, Ukraine?
With Russia. And she's been, going after him for COVID stuff, and
What about the COVID? I thought she's for like the vaccines and stuff.
I think so too. But she was criticizing him for banning certain therapeutics like the monoclonal antibody stuff in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, well.
So she was criticizing him for that too.
All right.
That was just a couple days ago.
I think that's what's hitting with the audience, and honestly, locals, right? Partition is kind of dropped, right?
Well, I think locals is
About the same.
locals and Rumble are supposed to merge or something.
Okay.
Rumbles and locals are supposed to like merge. So they're already like they're basically the same site. If you follow Tulsi on Rumble, if you follow Tulsi on the
If Tulsi
local
had a
page,
podcast, it could be hot as fuck.
I think it would be.
I don't know why she's not doing it. Joe Rogan said she's his favorite, right?
Yeah, get on Joe Rogan's show again. She hasn't been on in a while.
If she really brought out and just said like all this stuff, which she's not saying, right? It would be great if she just fucking dropped the bombs on everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just came in and just fucking gave us the insider view, and she's like, nah, fuck that. This guy's whack because blah, 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 you know what I mean? This is how it really went down when I was in the House of Representatives. You know what I mean? They're playing this partisan game. I'll tell you who's who. You know what I mean? That's what I want to know, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? But instead she's saying all this kind of soft stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she wants to, keep
throw firebombs all around.
Serving, she might want to like settle down, have a kid or something.
Also, by throwing all the firebombs around, like she'll also have things to lose too, right? Maybe she's done enough sacrificing, right? She's out of the job, right? And that's unfortunate. So she's got a pension.
Right. Well, it was her decision not to, run again. I think she could be waiting for the right time, waiting for the right opportunity to run again, or if she's just biding her time.
Look, I've looked far and wide. I'm still on the freaking Tulsa Times Slacks. Some of them.
Yeah.
I'm banned from a lot of the stuff, right? But I'm still like looking. I'm still been trying to keep that force alive and working together.
Uh-huh.
I'm still involved with something kind of, but that group is not really doing anything, in my opinion, significant at this time. So it's unfortunate.
Right. Well, I think if she's not doing anything big, there's
Tulsi has a lot of idealists, but they don't do not a lot of like people like hands-on.
Right. Well, there's just not a lot of people in general. It's pretty small. It's just a small community. It's close knit, and there's definitely some people who work harder than others, but it's still just too small.
Even
maybe
if it's
in
small,
Hawaii,
right?
it's different.
It's okay if it's small, but then the people who have to be like highly skilled, like the skills you're picking up now, right? And honestly, I feel like Tulsi could be developing people, if not like it doesn't have to be like people that are, not aligned with her brand, whatever. And I'm not mad at that, but there has to be some development going on. If you look at like Bernie, right, the Our Revolutions. I remember when I first started with the campaign, I started calling community groups and saying, look, we're with this campaign right here. I want to talk about this candidate, right? And want to see if we could get an endorsement from you. They already had it locked in from like years ago, right? Yeah, that they were already signed up for Bernie. Remember how like Hillary had that on Bernie? So she technically, by running this time, should have some things in place where this is happening now.
Yeah, if she really wanted to.
But it's not happening, right?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Anywhere.
If she really wanted to, she could be doing a lot more.
Yeah, the podcast, all that stuff, right? It could be a hit, like even just for herself, like just the amount of money she would make on it, which, you know what I mean? Just being like decent looking, You know what I mean? Having like the high
Yeah.
profile.
Yeah.
Yo, like, I don't know why she's not doing it. Though the longer she waits, the less relevance and the less interesting it'll be. And what she's doing right now is really not as interesting as I feel like as it really could be.
Right. She could be, she could be doing a lot more. I agree with that.
So
she's been, makes her appearances.
She earned a rest, you know what I mean? But I just think she's rested. That's why I don't think she's really coming back. Or at least not for a while.
At least not, not for right now.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know.
That's cool. So, yeah, Nina
that's
Turner,
up to her, I think.
Yeah.
It really all just depends on,
also,
what's going on with her personally.
When she supported Nina Turner, right, yeah, she didn't do so publicly. It was done kind of on the low. That's really, that says a lot too, right? She believes that her endorsement, right, is really kind of like something better that she's just would rather remain. She has all the data. That's her choice that she's making. That's, to me, that says that she feels that her endorsement, public endorsement, would be possibly detrimental. Or like just straight up, it would be detrimental. I think that's the only reason why she makes that move. I've been there. That's sad. It's sad. I've been there. You know what I mean? But you get fucking stuffed in the face for doing the right thing. Yeah, whatever.
Right. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, because some people can't handle it.
Yeah.
And it could be also Nina Turner saying, we don't want your public endorsement. So, yeah, that's that's politics for you.
If someone said that, then I don't know. Would you send money? Okay, let's imagine that I did that to you, bro.
You said, I don't want your endorsement. Like,
Cameron, thanks for the money, man. I can't talk about it though, all right? I need you to not say anything, all right, Cameron? You could do that for me?
All right, well, it depends.
That's kind of fucked up though, right? That's kind of fucked up though.
It is kind of fucked up.
Kind of fucked. No, let's just say it's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would just affect like our relationship straight up and down.
Like what? You don't want
to
hang out with me?
Straight up and down. That would be like, I think that would affect our relationship straight up. That's why I wouldn't do it. Yo, let us know in the comments. You know what I mean? What do you think about that move? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what are you saying?
It could be Dina, but I find that difficult. You get what I mean? Just because of maybe they're seasoned politicians. Maybe it's like that in their world. I don't know. Maybe it's that fucking cold. You know what I mean?
It is cold. It's cold. It's brutal.
Well, maybe they just understand, right? Maybe just from a money perspective. I think it's more like then Nina sees it that way, and Tulsi wouldn't fight it. Maybe.
That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me.
Damn.
That's,
damn.
That'd be fucked up if you did that.
Yeah, I would do that to somebody just for fun tonight. Yeah, I hang out with some people on Discord. I'm just gonna do it to someone and just be like, I just want to see what it was like. Yeah. Wow. Let us know. Yeah. Put in the comment. I'll bring you on the show. You can try it.
Yeah,
let us know how it went.
You could tell me how you feel.
Someone got a big ass red handprint on their face.
Yeah.
All right. That was hilarious to think about. Yeah. So yeah, man. What's your future plans, man?
Well, like I said, right now I'm sticking with the people I've met in New Jersey, at least until November. Might be moving back to New York soon. Who knows? Right now I'm just,
you might be able to get work as a consultant soon. You know, I mean, if you keep working these campaigns.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm basically doing that right now. It's just, I'd like to get.
Do you monitor their phone banking system and their metrics and stuff like that?
Well, I only worked for them on one campaign so far.
Okay.
So, maybe this November I'll get to work
ballot
more hands-on
petitioning
with the
also.
numbers and stuff.
Yeah. Remember, also Tulsi wanted the ballot petitions a lot too. Yeah, that's an important skill
Right. Yeah,
and thing that needs to get done. Yeah. So those are like the big flashpoints. Yeah. That and the paperwork of getting the filing, and that's the main headaches, right? Yeah.
Right. The legal stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Build your following. Yeah. Do you have a mailing list?
My what?
Build a mailing list. You should have a Google Forms, and then use a Google Docs, right? Just to like store like start a mailing list for yourself, right? Just from your political work, and then you can deliver that to whatever groups you're working with in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Hell yeah, baby. We'll combine our mailing list, bro. And then we'll build
the ultimate force. I'll hit you up.
Hell yeah, man. All right. So, yeah, let me know about if you know about any candidates running. They could be Republicans or Democrats as well. For this unified platform, I don't care if they want to go rogue and shit. I fucking will encourage that.
yeah. If I'm doing anything cool, listen, I won't hesitate to hit you up, B.
All right, thanks, my brother. Right,
no problem, man. No problem.
All right, one love, man. Peace, yo.
One love. It's always good to see you, dude.
All right.
Nice talking to you, man.
Have a good one. Peace.
You too, man. Peace out. I'll see you soon.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these
we
words
are on all
is
the major
beyond
platforms.
doubt.
That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.